Hello everybody, SuperTim101 here, and welcome back to Thunderbolt Thursday. And today we're going to be talking about... Wait a second, that's not a Thunderbolt. That is a Summoner. That's a clan mech. In fact, the Summoner was named the Thor by Victor Steiner Davion when he encountered one, because it had an autocannon in one arm and a PPC in another arm, lightning, PPC, and thunder autocannon. Therefore, Thor, the god of lightning. And I tried to make this summoner look like the Thor toy that was from the 1994 cartoon. It's got the green laser sort of looking like things, and then just a lot of green and red. This particular mech is the Summoner Pride, which was supposed to be, supposedly, piloted by Aidan Pryde, a very famous Jade Falcon who sort of took the Falcon Guard from its utter embarrassment at the hands of Kay Allard Lao to back to prominence and fighting form. And he used a summoner almost his entire career until it was destroyed just before the Battle of Tukiyid, where he switched to a Timberwolf. But so that's what this mech is. It is a summoner, or what the Interseer would call a Thor, and it is kitted out with what I would say is sort of a classic summoner build, which is 2 ERPPCs. So why don't we jump into the mech lab and check it out. That's right, 2 ERPPCs, and that's it. It does run a pretty big targeting computer, and I like AMS, so I put 1 AMS with 1 ton of ammo. You don't have to do that though. You could absolutely drop the AMS and put a slightly larger targeting computer in. Targeting computer gives you better range, better zoom on your zoom, and a little bit higher crit chance, and I believe a little bit higher velocity. Well, yes, a little bit higher velocity. So it just helps having a large targeting computer. You will find this similar build on the Shadowcat. Many different Shadowcat, any different Shadowcat can run the 2 ERPPC setup. But of course that's a medium mech, so you're sort of and it also has a bunch of fixed equipment, so there's a little bit less tonnage you can work with. Now the Summoner also has a bunch of fixed equipment. You're going to have these 5 jump jets that you have regardless of what Omnipod base you use, what chassis you use, or what variant you use. So you're already kind of limited a little bit in your weight because you've got those jump jets. It also is, for a 70 ton, it has a big enough engine to still run at 81 kph, engine 3 XL350. So you're a little bit limited by weight and hard points. So that's why the 2 ERPPCs tends to be a pretty good build. It's actually a very mobile mech. It can jump pretty well. It has good speed for a 70 tonner, and it can get in and out of situations. So with this build, you want to use those ERPPCs, of course, at range, but also don't necessarily be afraid to absorb some damage, as you are a heavy mech. And even though some of your armor and your side torso isn't the greatest, you are able to absorb some damage that a medium mech wouldn't. And given the fact that it has more tonnage, it can run enough heat sinks to keep it relatively cold. As you see, the heat management is 1.54, and that is with all of the jump jets. So it's a really effective mech. Some people will drop a bunch of stuff and add 1 more PPC. I can see that, but I think the extra cooling and the targeting computer and the AMS are all really helpful. One thing to note is to use the Summoner M right arm, because it gives you energy cooldown -5% and clan ERPPC velocity +5%. And that affects both of your clan ERPPCs, and a good quirk to have. I use the Summoner Golf left arm because it gives me +5% energy range, as well as some good survivability quirks. I do use the Summoner Pride left torso because it gives me the clan AMS and that high mount for the ERPPC. You don't have to use this particular one if you don't have the Pride Hero Mech. You can use the M left torso as well for the high mount for the ERPPC, but you do lose the AMS slot. So if you don't care about the AMS slot, or if you don't have the hero, you can use the M left torso. And then use the Foxtrot right torso to get that high mounted energy hardpoint for those 2 high mounts for the ERPPCs as well. So with that said, let's jump into the skills and see what we're running. In terms of firepower, you want full cooldown and full heat generation, and of course the full velocity. The velocity and the heat generation are priorities. Cooldown is also really helpful. You want to be able to shoot as often as possible. I don't think you need a bunch of range in a PPC build. Some people like to stay way outside of the flanks and shoot across. I think most engagements happen at about 500 meters. You can comfortably stay at 600, 700 meters, and you're still within your optimal range. So I don't think you need range at all. If you prefer to stand a little bit further out, have over 1,000 meters, add some more range, but I don't think it's necessary. Of course, full hit points. I put hard break in because even though it is a pop dart, you jump and shoot and then fall. I think you also do some corner peeking, so you don't want to get too far out of cover and then overexpose and get shot as you're trying to get back into cover. So hard break helps you stop when you want to stop. Then of course the heat containment and cool run nodes, the one seismic sensor, and the full radar deprivation. Because you are a pop dart, you want to be able to get back into cover and break line of sight and break lock. And then 1 UAV and 2 cool shots. So that is the mech. It is quite fun. It can do damage at range. It can push as a heavy. Sort of when you need to share armor, you can push, and that'll be highlighted in the game. But usually, like a PPC mech in general, you want to stay far back, shoot at the bigger targets, and try to get harass them in that way. So, with all that said, let's jump into a game, and I hope you enjoy Thor's Day. Let's see if I can take some pot shots. Anyway.
I'll let you do that. I'm gonna reconnect with the rest of the assaults.
Target spotted.
Anybody have eyes?
They're up on the hill still. The Sun Spider with AC2s. There's also a kit box.
Target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
I heard.
New target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
Piranha's can go 5. Let's just try to stay high ground again.
New target acquired.
Assassin, Foxtrot 7.
Fuel at 25%. Fuel at 0%.
I have to hit the shots though. That's incredibly important.
Beta is down.
That's the hard part.
I gotta be able to do that.
Target spotted. Need assistance. Target spotted.
Smoke here, Gamma 8 here.
25%.
Target spotted.
Night Star way out there up in Foxtrot 6.
Okay.
New target
Target
acquired.
They come around the corner now.
Target spotted.
Box 8. Anybody have a UAV over there?
I'll just throw one up.
Killer.
Target spotted.
Got smoke on the
Box
hill on
drop,
box
Box shot
9.
coming down. Low ground.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Another smoke there on the corner.
There, Assault Golf
New
7.
target acquired.
The guy right behind us over here.
Let's push this back.
They want to get pinched. I'll break off and try to address the Gulf 7 situation. We got a light Hotel 8 behind us.
Target spotted.
New target
Just
acquired.
gonna work on Alpha.
Storm
please.
Juliet.
Keep Alpha
Storm
busy.
Girl behind
That
us.
way,
Golf 9.
yeah.
Juliet.
yeah. Don't let him shoot me in the back.
UAV activated.
I'll take care of Bravo. Moving up on your right side.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Shot Mahler. Getting overextended.
Target acquired. New target
CT and Bravo.
acquired. Fuel at 25%. Fuel at 0%.
Nice.
New target
That Irvy's been
acquired.
lagged.
New target acquired.
Not sure how they're hitting through the.
Target spotted.
Heat level critical.
Oh shit. I'm sorry, man.
Critical.
Where are they pushing from?
I'm sorry, man. I'm an asshole.
We're giving up. We're giving up high ground. It's not good.
I totally killed one of our teammates.
Yeah, I saw it.
That's gonna
It
have some
happens.
time.
Fuel at 25%. Fuel at 0%.
Echo.
New target
Gulf 7.
acquired. Fuel at 25%. Fuel at 0%. New target.
God, he just opened me wide up.
Foxtrot. Left torso on Foxtrot if we can.
Right leg critical damage. New target acquired.
Hit it.
ERPPC destroyed. Target destroyed.
Got the stalker out of there, but I died in the process.
Target acquired. Left torso critical damage. Left arm critical damage. AMS ammo.
So many
It was a
left.
good fight. It was a good fight, at least.
Left leg critical damage.
We're not out of it.
Keeler should be pretty beat up.
Ignore the sun spider, is out of ammo. Ignore the sun spider, he's out of ammo.
New
Got
target
it.
acquired.
Big left.
New target acquired.
Missed that shot.
Target acquired. New target acquired. Left torso
No.
destroyed. Left arm destroyed.
Yeah.
New target acquired. Target destroyed.
Nice.
Nice.
Well done, guys.
Good game, guys. Holy shit.
Fleet pilot's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ironhide, I'm sorry.
What a game. That was really intense. That was basically no mech left at the end of that one. You can really see how, despite it being a fairly squishy mech for a 70-tonner, like most clan mechs tend to be, a little on the squishier side compared to their inner sphere counterparts. It is still worth sharing armor in those situations and trying to draw fire. One thing is, when in domination, especially on a huge map like Grim, when you have the rest of your team running into the circle, and you know someone's going to be in the circle, you don't have to automatically go there, especially if you are a long-range mech, or like a flanker who can get behind, have some stealth, and turn them around. So I took a couple pot shots at that Sun Spider, and I made him use some of his ammo, and at the end that kind of paid off because he was out of ammo. I was wondering why he was pushing until someone said, oh, he's out of ammo. So we were able to focus our fire on the actual threats. If you know that you're going to have a friend in the circle, you don't have to immediately go there. This is important, again, on big maps like Grim, but also maps like Frozen City, which is just a trash map for domination, because everyone seems to want to go. Everyone wants to go in the circle. There's really just one or two guys there to keep the countdown from going down, and position yourselves around and protect those guys. Not everyone has to be in the domination circle. Unless you're getting pushed there, it might be sometimes a better choice to not be in the domination circle. So yes, also that perch up behind the what would have been the base in like an assault. I tried to get up there and I was shooting at the Blood Asp, I was shooting at the Stalker, but then a Stormcrow came up behind me and kind of kicked me off my perch. That's a really great spot if you can stay there. You have great overwatch. You can kind of dip in and out of cover from the buildings. You can shoot at them from a really long distance as they're approaching. So it was a really good choice for that Stormcrow to get behind me and push me off, because that forced me to kind of enter into the fray, and that's where I was like brawling with ERPPCs. Nevertheless, it was a really fun game. The targeting computer helps you determine what components need to be shot at. I was able to do that a couple times, most notably with, I believe, the Black Lantern, just taking his leg off. So it was a great game. I did shoot down some missiles with my AMS. I think if more people just take one AMS, it can actually just sort of neutralize missiles in general. But if you don't have the tonnage, that's fine. Nevertheless, really fun. That was Thor's Day. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, and have a great day.